promotion gets ever so close now for QPR.
What a goal for Martin Rowland!
Goes for shot, oh what a goal! Chest, Rowland shot, Rowland scores for Queen's Park Rangers!
Hello and welcome to Promotion, our season review of 2003-2004. We've got the first goal, we've got the last, we've got action, we've got celebrations, we've got buses, and we've got taxis.
But at least we'd have gone home in a taxi with it.
We've got dancing. We've got the lot. It all started on the first day of the season. It was over 100 degrees at Loftus Road and things were about to get a whole lot hotter. Let's get this season going, as Gareth Ainsworth would say. Well, Gino's going to take it. Langley's hovering at the edge of the box. A lot of pace on it, and that's in. It's the goal for Rangers. Gareth Ainsworth is claiming it. What a dream start for Gareth Ainsworth in his home debut. First league start for Rangers. Kicks on their hands anymore. They like to throw it down 10-15 yards in front of the air before kicking it. Gareth Ainsworth gets up, knocks that into Kevin Gallen. Ainsworth gets it back. He just gets caught from his feet. Paul Furlong. Oh, it's going to drop into the goal. Ainsworth in, Paul Furlong scored! 2-0 for Rangers. Richard Langley has scored for Rangers. And once again Rangers on the block. And now Paul Furlong is away. Paul Furlong down the right. Kevin Gallen's in the middle. Is he going to spot him? Paul Furlong shoots, Kevin Gallen's going to score! He has! Kevin Gallen's made it 3-0 to Rangers! It looked as if the chance had gone, but Kevin Gallen makes it 3-0 to Rangers. As a pig bag rings out around the ground, it looked as if Paul Furlong was going to spot Kevin Gallen and play him in. Towards Paul Furlong. That's a nice turn by Paul Furlong into Ainsworth. Ainsworth gets it, Ainsworth's going to score, Ainsworth's got it, 4-0! What a fantastic goal by Gareth Ainsworth! Strums the guitar, Paul Furlong joins in, they've got a whole little band down there, and the band that is playing the song that says Rangers 4, Blackpool 0. Richard Langley, Mark Bircham, that goes in the far post, Steve Palmer's there, and Steve Palmer scored! Stevie Palmer scored a goal. He said to me before the game he wanted a copy of the tape, and you just know he wanted it now. 5-0 to QPR. Ian Holloway had never won a cup game as manager of QPR, and things didn't look too good when Grant McCann hit this stunning volley past Chris Day.
This way, it's been bumped by the goalkeeper. He rolled in his hands. It has been turned in, and Gareth Ainsworth has managed to blast it in. The free kick took an absolute age, and eventually it was fumbled by the goalkeeper. Ainsworth reacted first. He stuck it home. He scored another goal this season, his third in fact.
With Rangers down to 10 men, the game was heading to extra time.
Manages to flick on the header. Here's Kevin Gallen. Can he turn? He's got acres of space if he sees it, but instead he decides to get it back. And here's Richard Langley! Oh, I say, what a goal!
What a goal!
Langley, he let fly from 30 yards, and with 5 minutes to go, could Queen's Park Rangers be about to break their duck in cup competitions under Ian Holloway?
And that goal was Richard Langley's last contribution from Rangers. He moved on to Cardiff City, and with the money we got we were able to bring in Kevin McLeod, who was on loan at Rangers last season, and Tony Thorpe.
I got a call from my agent, I think it was probably 5 or 6 days ago, and straight away, I had a chat with my wife and my family, and I felt it was the right time for me to move at 29 to another, so-called bigger club, and hopefully there's good times ahead of QPR, and I just want to be a part of that.
Why choose QPR? Because I don't know. When I first came here on loan, I think I enjoyed my time here. and I thought that we had a young team which looked promising at the time. We were at Cardiff, so obviously I signed here because they're a young team, help them get promotion, and they're a bunch of lads which I like to play with.
Inside that 18-yard box with all the height that's in there.
Plenty of power and presence for QPR, and it's gone in. Not sure if Palmer got a flick, I don't think he did, and Gino Padula is taking the credit.
That's the reason why. Just look at this. He thinks he's going to touch it in the goal there, Ben Roberts. If he does touch it, he gives Ben a chance, but because he misses it, there it is, it just skims away into that far corner, and then once it bounces off the surface, that takes it away and into the back of the net. Maybe managers and coaches are going to have to look at maybe pushing their defenders even further forward and giving the goalkeeper a bit more of a chance.
Centre is a cracker for Leon Knight, and it's an instant response from Brighton, and Leon Knight on loan from Chelsea is a big hit with the Seagulls supporters. The referee is going to give the free kick. Oh! There's a reaction there.
Oh, Tyrell's off.
Forbes.
Tyrell Forbes is definitely off. No doubt about it. No doubt.
Well, Mark Warren had a very clear view, and Tyrell Forbes is surely going to walk here, and Queen's Park Rangers, with an hour played, are seemingly going to be a man down. Never any doubt, really. And it is a red card.
Hart seems to be well marked by Padula in the second half.
Oh, Leon Knight getting it again! What an impact he's made at Brighton! 4 goals and counting so far!
Pre-season was alright. I missed the first 2 weeks, I think, and then we went to the RAF camp, and from then I've joined in. Since then, every day. I don't think I've missed a day's training since then, so everything's been going well.
Well, you've eased back in terms of games, and you started at Brighton on Monday. Obviously not a great result, but you put in a good performance and get a glimpse of what you can do.
Yeah, I thought I played alright. I mean, it's not a good result, obviously. We didn't play as well as we can, but hopefully we can put that behind us and just push on and start playing well again and get some good results.
So obviously now we're coming up to Bank Holiday weekend, 2 games in 3 days after losing that game against Brighton. We'll be looking back to get right back on track, won't we?
Yeah, hopefully we can pick up a good 3 points at home to Bournemouth, and then we've got Rushden away, which is going to be another tough game, but hopefully we can do well and pick up 6 points over the weekend.
He knocks it back to Gino Padula, he knocks it back to Ken McLeod. He's gone past his man and he's away down the left. He's looking up, he's going to put the cross in. Paul Furlong heads it. Oh! Paul Furlong has scored for Rangers! Kevin McLeod with a great run down the left. He had time and space to pick out his man, and Paul Furlong just nonchalantly headed it into the back of the net.
It's electric at the minute, and that helps us. Let's keep it going. You know, even if we go 1 down, let's keep it going. Let's keep singing, let's keep cheering, because I believe this lot will come roaring back.
And what about Rushden now on Monday? Obviously you want to keep that
massive game, absolutely massive game for us. And I think they're a good side, well balanced. Got a couple of handfuls up front that we're going to have to be right, but you know, as I say, let's see what we can do against them.
This game will be remembered for 2 astonishing goals by Gareth Ainsworth. Rushden, though, took an early lead through Dwayne Darby, then Gareth Ainsworth took over.
Just felt fantastic, you know, great, probably the best goal I've ever scored. I think, you know, when you hit something that you've got a chance, you know, you feel it on your foot, you feel it through your body, and I knew I'd caught it really sweet, and just to see it flying, I think the keeper made an effort as well, which makes it even better, because I mean, it felt so good, it looked so good, and a real treat for everyone who was there, so pleased to see it going, yeah.
And just to prove it wasn't a fluke, you went and scored another 30-yard a few minutes later.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what was going on there. Just the defenders seemed to back off me when I got the ball, and I thought I did it once, so I might as well hit it again, have another dig, and this time I think I caught this one just as sweet as the volley, and great to see that one flying as well. You know, it's I think it was the best goal I scored, followed by the second best goal I've ever scored. So pleasing night altogether, goal-wise, unfortunately not result-wise.
When Paul Furlong added a third, the Isles looked to be cruising to their first league away win of the season. Paul Hall then reduced the lead with a well-taken individual goal. Then disaster struck for Rangers, conceding a last-minute goal on Andy Lowe poking home from close range.
I would love to say that in all my career, even as a young lad when I was playing, I scored as good a goal as that. Not in a million years, and I don't think Gareth could ever beat that one as long as he plays for us. We all screamed out, take a touch, hold it, run at him, and before you know it, he's smashed it on a volley. A dipping volley in the back of the net. His second one was brilliant, but the first one was out of this world. I think that's goal of the season. Okay, and what I don't know if anybody noticed it, but have a look if you get a clip of it, and have a look at their centre half, number 6, Barry Hunter, shouting and bawling at their goalie. What did he want him to do? It was hilarious, absolutely hilarious. If he thought he could save that, you could have had 10 goals in, and they wouldn't have got anywhere near that. No, I didn't, Bill, and I wish I could. But it was wonderful to see one of my players score a goal like that. I just wish it was a winning goal.
Plays a nice ball over the top to Paul Furlong. Plays a fantastic ball into Tony Thorpe, and Tony Thorpe's away. It's on his right foot. Tries a shot. He scored! Tony Thorpe has opened his account for Rangers. 28 minutes gone, but Steve Palmer plays a great ball into Paul Furlong. Fantastic flick into Tony Thorpe. He's still had a lot to do. He made space for himself and put it in the back of the net. 1-0 to Rangers, and that's a fantastic goal. To McLeod. Hawkinson waiting first. McLeod in first time. And it's a bit too deep, and Williams gets up. Steve Palmer does well there, and Tom Williams has it. Reverse ball into Tony Thorpe. Tony Thorpe scores! 2-0 to Rangers. If I was a better man, I'd say it was Furlong, and if that's just looking at Tony Thorpe, who is completely unmarked on the right hand side of the box, and Paul Furlong scores! What a goal by Paul Furlong! Well, he just made that look so easy.
Yeah, I have said it before, you know, a win's a win, and put it in gentleman's terms, if you go out on a night and you're looking for a young lady and you pull one, you know, that's it. Some weeks they're good looking and some weeks they're not the best, and our performance today would have been not the best looking bird, but at least we'd have gone home in a taxi with her. If that makes any sense, you know.
None at all, but it sounds great.
It certainly does. She wasn't the best looking lady we've ended up taking home, but she was very pleasant, very nice, and thanks very much, let's have a coffee. I could do with one. I don't mean any disrespect for that to my good lady, because I never go out on the pool. I only try to make you understand what it's like, you know. A win is a bird and we take her home at the end of the day. We want a better looking one than that if we can, but if not, we'll take her home anyway.
Rangers travelled up the A12 to Layer Road and found themselves a goal down after 10 minutes. Rowan Vine blasting home. The Rangers would have been level early in the second half if it wasn't for this sensational goal line clearance. But just 90 seconds later, Rangers were level. Paul Furlong weaving his way through the defence to slot home. Even better was to come. Furlong controlled Gavin Gallen's knockdown and produced this stunning finish. Colchester, though, were to pull themselves level. Wayne Andrews, not surprisingly, went down in the box, and Scott McLeish rammed home the penalty. Most exciting of encounters at Loftus Road. Martin Rollers went closest for the Super Hoops, hitting the bar with this free kick. and then Wickham somehow managed to miss this gilt-edged chance late on. Rangers travelled to the racecourse ground on a Tuesday night, and it brought Marcus Bean's first goal for the club. He blasted home following Dan Shittu's blocked effort. After Kevin McLeod was sent off, Wrexham laid siege to the QPR goal, and Chris Day pulled off this wonder save late on. Then in the last minute, Martin Rowland's superb solo effort clinched all 3 points.
Forwards down the right for QPR. He's got Morgan in front of him. Martin Rowlands tries to take him on, cuts in field. Rowlands still going. What a goal for Martin Rowlands! What a goal! It's clinched the game for QPR. He charged over the halfway line. He jigged inside the defender, back outside him, back inside, and he tucked it underneath Andy Dibble. It's 2-0 now to QPR. 51 minutes of the second half have now been played. It's the end of the game, and QPR have clinched their first away win.
All eyes were on Tony Thorpe, who had left Luton for Rangers earlier in the season. He started on the bench. Howard's shot deflected off McSheffrey to put the home side 1-0 up on the hour. Tony Thorpe was then introduced, with Luton seemingly heading for victory, when in the last minute his flick fell to Paul Furlong.
And Furlong goes charging through the middle. Furlong's through on goal. Can he get the equaliser? Yes! There it is! Paul Furlong has slipped the ball around the goalkeeper, and the QPR fans erupt in the away end. It was simple enough stuff in the end, as Paul Furlong just out-muscled the Luton defence, goes through on goal and slides it past the goalkeeper. And QPR have rescued it at the death there. It's Luton 1, QPR 1.
The first of 2 fruitful visits to Sheffield saw Rangers progress in the Carling Cup, with arguably their best performance of the season.
Gallen brings it under control, turns one way, Gallen shot, squats to Rowlands, Rowlands scores! Queen's Park Rangers have the lead, and Martin Rowlands, who scored at Wrexham last week for his first QPR goal, has given the second division side the lead at Bramall Lane. Gallen has Rowlands on the overlapping run. Gallen tipples it out wide to Rowlands. Rowlands goes for a shot. Oh, what a goal! Martin Rowlands makes it 2 for Queen's Park Rangers. It was a cross-come shot. It beat the keeper Christian Walters all ends up. Martin Rowlands 2, Queen's Park Rangers 2, Sheffield United stunned.
I'm just delighted really with the back four. I felt particularly I got to single them out, put Ty Forbes at centre half. And that's the first time we've only worked with them for sort of 30-40 minutes yesterday, and you'd have thought that they'd have played together for a long time. I felt we got our lines right, we challenged well. They already put a foot wrong, and we got our distances very well, and the midfield obviously did exceptionally well, and I'm very pleased. 2 good goals. It's a nice journey home.
Yeah, it was good. You know, I'm very proud to be captain of the club for that game. Obviously Stevie Palmer's still the captain, but you know, I was very pleased. It's nice to have the armband on, and obviously it's nice to get the great win as well.
When did you find out you were going to be captain?
The day before Ollie told me, she said I would be captain, so you know, didn't really think about it until I you know, had to go and see the referee before the game with Kenny Jackett, what the captain has to do, and it sort of started to sink in. And then just leading the team out, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Did you win the toss?
No, I didn't.
We didn't know it at the time, but Bristol City will push us all the way for that second promotion spot. Things looked good when Gino Padula fired home a free kick from a tight angle. Not too sure about the dancing though. But the lead didn't last long. Lee Miller scored 60 seconds later to give Bristol City a share of the points.
We've got some very good players, and they're proving that week in, week out. What we've got to do is get on a run of successive victories, back to back, and keep going. And you know, it's going to be difficult because everybody raises their game against us, even Bristol City, obviously. With me being in charge, seems to liven them up a little bit, doesn't it? Getting pretty boring now, if you ask me. Same old Holloway and all that. But obviously no one kicks a dead dog, do they?
Tony Thorpe with a little bit of space in front of him now. Kevin Gallen making a diagonal run. Tony Thorpe cuts inside in towards Kevin Gallen. Kevin Gallen trying to get a chance for a shot. Shot! Oh! Left-footed! Well, that was popular. Well, it looked as if the chance was gone there a little bit. He cut inside to his left foot, struck it beautifully, and Kevin Gallen gets his second goal of the season. And it'll come from Tony Thorpe. He waited for Gallen to make the diagonal run. Kevin Gallen got it, had to check, cut inside to his left foot, but that was a great finish. And Rangers now are 1-0 up, and Barnsley will now have to try it and be a little bit more adventurous and try and get back into this game.
Well, yes, but what a fantastic goal from Kevin Gallen. Tony Thorpe picked up the ball in midfield, and you really weren't sure what the Rangers fans were thinking. He hasn't had the best of game tonight, Thorpe, but he waited for his pass. It was perfectly timed, and Gallen turned, and that was not the strike of a man who has not scored since the opening day. The confidence with which he hit that ball, fired it past Illich. Illich might have been slightly unsighted, but who cares? What a strike!
Left
and what a goal for Rangers.
On his left foot, wow, it's Mark Bircham now. Mark Bircham tries a shot from range, and he's fallen. Martin Rowlands, scored! Martin Rowlands, 2 goals in a minute. There was 2 in a minute on Saturday. There's 2 on Tuesday. This time they both go to Rangers, and Rangers, well, I think they put themselves really in the driving seat now. 2 goals. Mark Bircham with a cracking shot, and Martin Rowlands very lively to make it 2-0 to Rangers.
Well, Barnsley just don't know what's hit them. I mean, that was practically from the kick-off, Bill. Absolutely wonderful. Bircham driving through. But probably leave holes at the back, and Rangers could score more.
Yeah, well, this one's fired in deep. Ainsworth's up, and it's in! Rangers! Gareth Ainsworth! Oh, fantastic.
Well, he can waste all the time in the world he wants. We're 3-0 up, mate.
Yeah, now Kevin Gallen, space in front of him. Where's he going to go? Plays it in towards Thorpe. That's a nice ball. Thorpe round the goalkeeper. 4-0! Tony Thorpe shows his class. Well, Kevin Gallen made the chance for Tony Thorpe. He's still a lot to do. You thought he was going to hit it first time, but he very, very coolly took it around Sasha Illich.
So another big home win for Rangers, but with the next 3 league games away from home, Ian Holloway saw his defensive injury problems mounting.
But again, the biggest problem I got at the moment is the defence. I'm having to change it nearly every week. I've got 5 defenders out. That's Danny Shitu, Matthew Rose, Clark Carlisle, Arthur Naweri through suspension, and come on, you can think of the other one. I should know. I done this morning. No disrespect to anybody, but this is the type of it. Yeah. Who's the other one? I'm going to thank Danny Shitu before. I just said it, man. Let me do it again. Matthew Rose. Yeah?
Yeah.
This will be fun. Matthew Rose, Danny Shitu, Richard Edgeshill, yeah, Clark Carlisle, and Arthur Naweri is suspended. So that is 5 defenders.
The first of 2 visits to Grimsby brought 3 points for the R's. Eric Sabin's time at Rangers was short, but he will always have a place in Rangers fans' hearts after his last-minute goal gave Rangers a win that will prove vital come the end of the season. Many Rangers fans were stuck on the A1 and missed Paul Furlong's early effort that went over the bar. The Posh went down to 10 men and Rangers were thankful to Chris Day with his late double save.
Yeah, it was a rather strange affair, wasn't it? Everybody screaming shit into a strange bench situation here. You can sort of hear the crowd's thoughts, and they're very vocal here. It's a bit of a surreal day, really, because I felt we did nothing wrong. Saji Burton booted one of our players and got sent off, and then after that the referee tried to balance up the game with almost every single decision, by the look of it. and I felt a little bit, whether I'm a bit biased on that or not, I don't know, but it just felt a bit surreal. Particularly lines from the opposite side. He had the old trigger arm, I think. Peter away. You know, I felt the fellow who come off give his shirt to the opposite linesman. You know, and.
Tony Thorpe replaced Paul Furlong up front, who was to spend a few months on the sidelines with his hip injury he picked up against Peterborough. Port Vale came into this game off a 5-1 home defeat against Plymouth, so it was a surprise when Billy Painter put the home side 1-0 up. Things got worse for Rangers when McPhee doubled the advantage, and even with the Valiants going down to 10 men early in the second half, Rangers could not rescue the game. Second game in succession, Rangers went down to an early goal. Simon Hayworth putting Tranmere 1-0 up. But Rangers hit back when Kevin Gallen levelled the scores in the 47th minute, and Rangers could look forward to a visit from Premiership Manchester City.
Number 24,
Oh.
17. They will face 17 Manchester City.
Oh! Get in there! That's what we want!
Only Paquette is forward for QPR. And Distan was there to sort it all out. Wright Phillips is onside. They all stop QPR. It's Wright Phillips. 1-0 City. Fowler again. To judge the bounce and did it well, and he's found Barton, and he's found Wright Phillips, who can sew it up here, and he has, in emphatic fashion. 2 for Wright Phillips, 2 for Manchester City. Pace now, Manchester City control the game. Tarnat, good one from Tarnat. In from Macken, just stretched out one of those long legs. Clark Carlisle and got it clear. Here's Bosvelt though. Now Sunji Hai. Oh, it's opened up for him here, and he's fed Macken. There's no flag, it's 3. That was almost too easy.
Yeah, it's comfortable in the end, but it was never comfortable, was it really? I mean, people will look at it and think 3-0. Manchester City have gone there and they've done what they've had to do, and of course we have, but I think it flatters us a little bit, 3-0. I thought fair dues to Queen's Park Rangers. They got the ball down a little bit better than us a lot of the times in the game and got it in on top of us, and without ever really getting too many shots on target, they got in some good situations, and we were never able to relax here tonight. Great place to play a cup tie, this. You get 17,000 in here, whatever it was, 16, 17. It's like having 40 or 50 in most stadiums, and fair dues, the crowd got right behind them, and I think their team gave them everything they got. They just didn't seem to be able to get in on us and get that final pass into us, which says something about the way we defended.
Fast and furious game. Ball's delivered in. Oh, there's no offside flag. County could be in problems here. Great defending, Rob Clare. Oh, but it's gone back in, has it? Referee's allowed it, yeah, it's a goal.
Well, it looked like the original danger had gone.
Throw taken quickly. In by Edgehill. Gallen twisting his way through. And it fell for Rowlands, and Rowlands has made it 2.
Good goal. Good run.
County have a free kick. Drifted in. Williams tries one and scores! Pulls one back. County have got 6 minutes.
Still no win for Ian Holloway in the FA Cup at QPR. An injury-ravaged side went down 1-0 at Grimsby. Rangers now face 2 home games, a rearranged fixture against Brentford and league leaders Plymouth Argyle. If Rangers could win both games, we'd go top of the league.
It's a very important game, not for who we're playing against, but for everyone at the club, because it can put us joint top of the league. It's our game in hand, and if we win it, we're back joint top of the league with Plymouth, and obviously playing Plymouth Saturday, which is another massive game for us. It just puts us in a good position, so we're definitely looking to get 3 points.
Edgehill free kick over towards Kevin McLeod. Good header from McLeod. Oh yeah! Tony Thorpe has made it 1-0 for Rangers. Great header from Kevin McLeod on the free kick. Tony Thorpe nipped inside the defender, and it is 1-0 to Queen's Park Rangers.
I told you it was due a goal. I told you.
Oh, it's a great moment for Queen's Park Rangers. Loftus Road erupts. Three sides of Loftus Road erupt, of course. Behind the goal, away to our left. Silence as Brentford take in the news that Queen's Park Rangers are 1-0 up.
I feel are always going to be really tight. We knew what we had to do against them, and I'm just pleased the way it come out of a set piece. We can be a little bit predictable, and we try to change one or two things today because they'll know what we did, and it unlocked a door. And delighted for Thorpe, he's a little predator around those areas, and Macca got a great header in, and the one just before that he almost got on. As I say, absolutely delighted with the overall performance and more importantly the result.
So with the win against Brentford secured, a win over league leaders Plymouth would see us leapfrog to the top of the table. Rangers were further boosted by the news that long-term absentee Dan Shittu was on the bench.
Carlisle in there, Birchman's taking a deep position. It's low, it's in! It's 1-0 to Rangers! It's Kevin Gallen! The free kick went straight in! Plymouth couldn't defend it, and Rangers have taken the lead. The Summit clash, QPR versus Plymouth, and it's first blood to Queen's Park Rangers. Fantastic for QPR. Ian Holloway will be happy with that. Judah launches it long into the area. It's too long. It's a poor clearance. Thorpe shoots! Scores! Rangers are 2-0 up, and Tony Thorpe has grabbed the goal that could take Rangers to the top of the table. Delicate enough to keep the ball in blue and white possession. Gallen. This is good football though from Rangers here. Sweeping move. 12 Forbes now at full-back, right-hand side. Inside to Gallen. Gallen with a chance to shoot. Goes through and scores! It's 3-0, and that surely is that.
You can only deal the hand of cards, the deck of cards that you've got, and we're still very tight. But when you've got the likes of Danny Shittu coming back, who gets a reception like that, and you can chuck him on when Plymouth are trying to bombard you in the box for the last 10 minutes, then I'm delighted, But it's an awful long way to go. We've done very well in the last two games, and that's the sort of thing that you're going to need to do for the rest of the season, and you can't even afford any sort of blip at the moment, because everybody around you keeps winning.
Telling me, I was surprised because everywhere I was moving, jogging and that, there was people there clapping me on and that, and it really is a good thing, to know that all the fans are behind you like that. And I don't think no player you can't ignore it, because everywhere you go and everywhere you're trying to stretch and that, there's someone there clapping you on, and it was really good. And you've got to smile back at them and say hello to them. So I was very happy with them.
I take it that only happens in Loftus Road, not in general things like the supermarket and stuff.
Oh no, no, it only happens at Loftus Road.
They're simply not having the rub of the green just yet. Gurney into Parkin! 1-0 Swindon Town, thoroughly deserved opening goal, and Parkin beats his fellow striker Mooney to double figures, 10th of the season for him, the definitive striker's header. Evans with a poor clearance, this is Gallen, Thorpe, off the woodwork for Rangers this time. Ainsworth follows up, brilliant stop by Rhys Evans, who finally made up for his earlier error. Downfield from Day. Touch on towards Thorpe, Rowland's breaking into the box, it's Rowland! It's 1-1 to QPR, and it's been coming. That's why they're top of the table. And that's typical of an Ian Holloway team. They simply haven't given up. And now they're back on terms through Martin Rowlands, who scores a good number of goals from midfield. That, number 6 for the season.
The Sheffield Wednesday game coincided with QPR World's first birthday, so we thought we'd take our camera down the training ground and do a little bit of behind the scenes filming. And we met this strange man.
Padula.
Gino Padula.
Alright, there you go.
Diego Gino.
Diego Gino Padula. Padula. That sounds like he's Bristolian. Gino Padula. And it's for Capriel.
How long would he last in Bristol with that long hair?
Absolute, like 5 minutes.
Oh, just a couple of words. Today's actually the first birthday for QPR World. So
Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, Bill!
Yeah, absolutely.
Phil, and everybody to do with QPR World.
And,
Happy birthday to you.
And what are your thoughts of the work that Billy Rice has been doing for QPR over the last year?
Absolute rubbish! Don't tell him.
No,
hopefully he's not watching.
No. Oh.
It's been fantastic.
Yes.
Giving you an insight into what happens here. How
Yeah.
we hate our day's work. How it's just never any joy. How it's awful. How it's just monotonous, rubbish, boring rubbish. No one ever enjoys themselves, you know, and hopefully you've seen that, you know, with the ballet and with the boxing and...
Loud and clear.
Yeah.
And now you're going to do an interview with Bill, which is where you have to be serious,
This
isn't
is it, yeah.
Got to be serious
See
now,
the
haven't
real
we?
side of Ollie.
Yeah, okay.
Come on, Bill. Hang on.
Calm.
Ian, we're going this weekend top of the table against Sheffield Wednesday, another near full house. It's going to be a massive game, isn't it?
Certainly is, yeah. There's only 3 points on the end of it, but you know, obviously the importance of it now.
Well, you don't want much, do you? You want 10, 15 points clear over Christmas. Hey, this is what I'm talking about. It's just crazy. How am I supposed to cope with things like that?
It's madness. Madness.
Did he write that? His mum wrote that? Does he think of his lyrics? What's going on?
Gino floats that in, and it's in. Steve Palmer scores! Steve Palmer has put Rangers 1-0 up. The club captain has put Rangers 1-0 up. It was the crossing by Gino Padula. I think Dan Shitu Clark on the decoy, and Steve Palmer had the simple task, but lovely task, of putting it in the back of the net, and Rangers go 1-0 up. Kennegan plays that deep, and it's in there. It's a goal! Tony Thorpe! 2-0 to Rangers. Points are safe. Rangers are going to go into December. Top of the shop. Tony Thorpe makes it 2-0. The set piece from Gino Padula. Big bag ringing out around the ground. The old stand starting to wobble. I don't care because we're 2-0 up. And late on in the game, Rangers concocted a classic counter-attacking goal. Good work between Tony Thorpe and Kevin Gallen, and Kevin McLeod slotted home.
Yeah, that was. She was a bit better looking this week, wasn't she? It's I spoke about it. Everybody, they didn't have that many chances. That's what football's all about for me. If you can stop the opposition creating so many chances, you're going to keep clean sheets. And I felt we did that really well. And then obviously the second goal took a while coming, but we were still doing things right. And to have that strength on the bench, it's very, very pleasing. We've waited a while for everybody to be fit. And as I say, I'm going to have some. If we can keep them all fit like that, I'm going to have some serious decisions to make.
Two players, Martin Rowlands running into the channel. Now Gareth Ainsworth has a chance to
run. He cuts inside his man, Marcus Bean, out towards Terrell Forbes. Nice touch by Forbes into Martin Ronas. Flicks that hand, and it's down to Thorpe, and he's back against the hand. And it's flicked in fast. Kevin Gallen scores! 1-0 to Rangers. Kevin Gallen has put Rangers 1-0 up. Started with Tony Thorpe. Hit it against the defenders, and Rangers haven't got a penalty all season. They weren't going to get one there. But as they say, play to the whistle. Tony Thorpe floated a nice ball to Kevin Gallen. It's very congested around that 6-yard box, and it's floated in, and it's in! It's in! Gino Padula has scored direct from the corner. Well, it's the second time he's done it this season. Well, he's taken all the applause. Whether it will go down as an own goal, I think Gino will claim this one. Gino Padula heads that towards Marcus Bean. Couldn't quite get a clean contact with it. And there's a poor pass, and Rangers just pouncing on any mistakes at the moment. Tony Thorpe has the luxury of stopping there, and that's a decent ball in towards Kevin Gallen. 3-0! 3-0 to Rangers. Ian Holloway dances a dance of delight. Fantastic move by Rangers. Played a fantastic ball in behind the defence. Kevin Gallen, one touch, a little toe poke. It's a post, and it's 3-0. It's good night, Vienna. But he decides against it in the end. Just Clark Carl up from the back, and it goes very deep, and it's in. It's another goal for Rangers. It's Gareth Ainsworth this time. 4-0 to Rangers. Well, this really is a rout now. Gareth Ainsworth scored completely unmarked, and he scored another header for Rangers. 4-0.
Hartlepool pulled a goal back, but it was Rangers who took the 3 points, banging in 10 goals in their last 3 home league games. This was the first meeting for the two sides since Paul Furlong's goal gave Rangers a 1-0 victory to send the Super Hoops to Cardiff. Rangers looked to be continuing their good recent form when Tony Thorpe stabbed home Gareth Ainsworth's cross. Oldham, reeling from the departure of Ian Dowie, equalised when Cooksey was left unmarked to head home from the corner. And things got worse with just 5 minutes to go. John Ayres ramming home the rebound. Defeat at Boundary Park left Rangers second going into the Christmas period. A long trip for Rangers fans on Boxing Day up the M1 to Nottingham. Steve Palmer got the R's off to a flyer, driving home after good work from Martin Ronans. The thorn in Rangers' side all afternoon was Paul Heffernan, who bagged a hat-trick, his first goal coming from a rebound after Chris Day could only parry the shot. But Rangers were soon back in front. A great turn by Clark Carlisle saw the ball turned in at the near post. Tony Thorpe ran off to celebrate, but the record books show that Ian Richardson got the final touch. But once again, County drew level. Heffernan went past Dan Shitu before beating Chris Day at the near post. Into the second half, and Notts County, who were struggling at the wrong end of the table, took the lead from the spot after Clark Carlisle was penalised for the foul. Heffernan stepped up to complete his hat-trick. But Rangers kept going and were rewarded in the last minute when Kevin Gallen nodded in at the near post from Clark Carlisle's mammoth throw.
To mop up, and Rangers perhaps can start an attack again. Dan Shitty's on the left wing here, having set up for the corner. Dan Shitty looking to beat his man. He has beaten his man on the left wing. Amazing. Can he get a cross in? He can. He scored! Kevin Gallen has scored for Queen's Park Rangers.
possibility that Rangers could be facing Colchester again this season. Of course, this will be our second league encounter with them. And Tony Thorpe's in here. Tony Thorpe scores! Tony Thorpe read that well. A real marksman's instinct there. Tony Thorpe read the situation. He goes past his man. He's going to drive it across, and it's there. And it's Kevin Gallen scores for Rangers. Martin Rowland's done the work out wide, played it back to Kevin Gallen, and he coolly strokes it into the net, put Rangers 1-0 up. Well, now we've got 8 points clear in second place. You're a very experienced player. Can we go and get promotion? What's the general mood?
I'd like to think so, but we're not going to get carried away ourselves. We're just going to take each game as it comes, because we know what football can be like. Once you think you've cracked it, it's got a good habit of kicking you in the teeth. So we're going to take each game as it comes. We're working very hard on the training ground. We've got good staff, and hopefully come the end of the year we'll be in the show.
Rangers completed their first double of the season at Blackpool. Martin Rowlands pounced after Paul Furlong's shot was only parried. Chris Day put in a man of the match performance as he continually denied the Blackpool forwards to give Rangers their first away win in 2004. Before the Brighton home game, we did a feature on QPR's kit manager Gary Doyle. Notice how Ian Holloway cracks a joke, and he likes it so much he says it twice.
Bits and pieces, and that's it. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. I've got Netflix door back in 2 seconds.
What's he like as a kit man, Ollie?
Best kit man in the world. Seriously. Best kit man in the country by a mile. In the town, he eats good. Did you get that?
There you go, put that on your CV, Cap.
Best kit man in the country, but he ain't so good in the town. No, he's excellent, I have to say. I don't think he's ever forgot anything. And for such a young man, it's very pleasing.
Thank you, Ollie.
Very proud of my staff, do you know what I'm saying?
Rowlands, good turn by Martin Rowlands. He's got Padula alongside him if he needs him. Herring towards the Brighton penalty area. Padula's there, he'll try a shot, he will shoot! It's there! What a goal from Martin Rowlands! Ball play through to Gallen. Gallen's through! Real chance to make it 2-0! He does make it 2-0! It's Kevin Gallen for Queen's Park Rangers! And Rangers have real daylight now!
Danny Cullop's goal just before half-time gave the Seagulls hope, but it was Rangers who were flying high as they held on for the win.
It's a fantastic place to be, it really is, and we're not out of the woods yet, but I hope we soon will be, because we're all pushing together, and the last thing I want to do is lose any of these lads who I feel is important to the future, and the way it's going, that is my focus, and anybody who can help us in any way, shape or form, please join the bandwagon. We're having a right go. It ain't about you, there's no I in team, and we're all pulling together here. That's what we want, and the fans have been such a massive part of this. You ask them, turning up in their numbers in the second division, the way they are, outdoing what they did in the Premier League. You got 9,000 season ticket holders, for Christ's sake. It's absolutely superb, isn't it? And I'm so proud of it, but we haven't done nothing.
A terrible day for Rangers at the Seaside. A 1-0 defeat and Dan Shittu rupturing his anterior cruciate ligament.
Well, he might have another chance because of a mistake there by Shittu. Really open to scoring. We've had 13 minutes of the second half and a defensive nightmare for Queen's Park Rangers.
After failing to sign him in the summer, Ian Holloway was able to bring in Jamie Curtin. A move was helped by the fans with the formation of our QPR. And your relationship with our manager Ian Holloway goes back quite a way, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've obviously known him for a very long time and worked under him for a while as well. And
since we've sort of broke away, I've always kept in contact with him. We've always spoke, and he's always given me advice on stuff. And he's putting a lot of hard work to get me here now. So hopefully now I'm here, I can repay that.
There was an updated phone system put in at Loftus Road, with Mark Bertram being the new voice of QPR, and I'm not quite sure we got the hang of it.
Your call has been placed in the queue and you'll be advised on your position shortly. Please hold and you'll be put through to a member of my family if you're a Chelsea supporter, and they will come round and give you a swift beating. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Might be Palmer's header, tipped over by Muggleton. Muggleton himself can't get the ball up into the other half of the field. Sometimes it's better to play into the wind. Here is a chance, it's Thorpe through for QPR, still Thorpe will score, and Queen's Park Rangers lead. They've won on their last 5 visits to Saltergate. In fact, Chesterfield haven't beaten them here since 1950, and the first goal of the day goes to QPR and to Tony Thorpe. Chesterfield were torn asunder there by the through ball. If QPR score again, the Spirites are in bother. Hudson. This might be an opportunity for Glenn Hurst. It's Hurst still. It's Hurst. How unlucky off the post. McMaster. It's in. Chesterfield are level. The first ever league goal for Jamie McMaster. QPR fans getting soaked. We'd love to see another goal going in there. And it's off the post. And maybe now. And it's wide. What a chance here for Tony Thorpe. So is McMaster. It's here, it's Emmett. It's 2-1 Chesterfield. He's done it again. It's a hat-trick in matches here at Saltergate for Ian Emmett. Turning here is Rowlands. Cut out by O'Hare. They're under pressure here. It's Palmer. An absolute fizzer from the right boot of Steve Palmer, and QPR level. Cracking strike from the skipper. It's across here and straight in, and they've got another one. Glenn Hurst got the slightest of touches on that one. Slight enough was good enough. QPR have been quite uncertain defensively in this half, and that's more uncertain to give it away. 4-2, Mark Hudson, what a cracker.
Once again, we had our cameras in the dressing room before the Notts County game to see how the players prepared, but some things you just can't legislate for. Gets it back, he's darting into the box, drills that in low post, everyone, and it's in! It's a goal! Kevin McLeod at the far post! He's stuck out one of his blue boots, and he's given the Super Hoops the lead. And Notts County have equalised. It was a real snapshot. On his chest towards Martin Rowlands. On the teasing, Barraclough goes past him. Now what can he do here? Drives it in low, and it's Tony Thorpe! Well, he's worked the line all half, Tony Thorpe, and that is a well-deserved goal. Martin Rowlands, yet again in the heart of things. 12 falls into Kevin Gallen. It's Martin Rowlands. Going to Paul's Furlong, Skinner spin, drives it in, it's 3-1! Yeah, he took that really well, Paul Furlong. Well, he was put on the bench today. He's had about 15 minutes. We're going to have 15 minutes on the pitch, and that's how you send a message out to your manager. It's a good delivery in, and it's 3-2.
For Christ's sake, we've all been watching football long enough to know what it's like
And it's never over until it's over. And I certainly can't hear the fat lady singing that in a minute, can you? She hasn't even picked the mic up yet.
We saw great spirit shown by the fans taking part in a sponsored walk from Loftus Road to Griffin Park to raise money for our QPR.
Kevin Gallen's magic, he wears a magic hat. He plays football, he's got Rangers, he's such a lovely chap. He scores with his left foot, he scores with his right. And when we play in Chelsea, he scores all through the night.
Oh, well done.
Rowlands tries to get there, beaten in the air by Dobson. Might break for Palmer. Palmer into the box, and from close range is Furlong. Furlong again. Yes! He does score. The ball drops down. It bounced back off the goalkeeper, and Furlong with an overhead kick beats the goalkeeper and puts QPR 1-0 up. It's going to be O'Connor who strikes it along the floor. Breaks back for O'Connor through the crowd, and it's deflected in off the leg of Paul Furlong. It bobbled its way through a crowd of players.
Ian Holloway then added a couple of new faces to his squad. Arthur Naheri joined and helped fill the gap left by Dan Shitter's injury, and Richard Johnson joined on a short-term contract.
But I know what I need. I need some big, strong son of a bitch to end things out.
He said he was looking for a central defender, and he said, "I want a big, ugly son of a." Not putting you down, but you are a very strong, physical defender, and you.
Yeah,
you like to play that
because
well.
I'm working hard, physically, my body, everything. So, and I'm not like a good technique boy, but I'm defender. I just defender, strong.
And I need some ball crunching, tough tackler across the midfield to give me some more options as well.
People who don't know what you're like as a player, how would you describe yourself?
Just hard-working midfielder. Try and do things simple. Just work hard for the team, really.
Sending that towards the crowd. Williams onto the injured Jellyman. And O'Leary under pressure from Andy Clark. And they brought Williams into it. And Clive Platt has put Peterborough in front with his first goal for the club. A minute before half-time. A shock at Loftus Road, but credit to the Posh.
Well, we're better to get your first goal. They've threatened on the break now and again. Clark does ever so well here for me. Battles well. It wasn't a foul. He's strong. He's held up play, and he's got a great ball wide to Williams. One touch away from his body.
QPR desperate now. Their unbeaten home record in Division 2 is under huge threat, although hang on, Gallen through! Better late than never! Kevin Gallen to the rescue in injury time, and maybe they are going to remain unbeaten at home in Division 2 this season.
Well, give credit where credit's due. He missed a sitter early on. Just a long ball, and the nuisance value comes, as we'll see in a minute. Big Carlisle wins the ball, flicks it on there. It's a ball through there. The marking's not very good. Great finish by Gallen. Carlisle wins it well here. Awareness here, just pokes the ball through. Takes it early, that's what does the keeper. Great little ball in, and you'll see how early he takes this.
So the net's gone in, and Port Vale have gone 1-0 up. Well, couldn't have been more than a minute on the clock. Kevin Gallen plays that in, and it's gone past his man. It's Mark Merchant. It's in. Mark Merchant has scored. He's equalised. 63 minutes. I don't know exactly how he got it in, but it does. It's bundled over the line. They all count the same. Game on. Goes short. Furlong. Here's Mark Bircham. Oh, I thought he was going to have a shot there. Here's Martin Rowlands. Terrell falls behind him. Into the box, past his man. All too easy. It's all over the place. Where's it going? It's there! It's there! It's 2-1 the Rangers, and I think it's Jamie Kern. He was bobbling around. The Rangers! Oh! Well, I think it was Jamie Curran. Martin Rowlands made the goal. Fantastic skill. I'm just seeing who's in the middle of the huddle. I think it's Jamie Curran. Hurley away. Rangers defence playing pretty deep. Little John has equalised with a minute to go. Yeah, that's a heartbreaker, isn't it? There's Kevin Gallen to Richard Johnson. Out to Martin Rowlands. As passes man drills it in, and it's there! Oh my God! David Johnson! Oh, that is it! Once again, Martin Rowlands. Oh. This guy knows how to make a dramatic entrance. My God. 3-2, hold it this time, Rangers, please.
O'Leary and Carlisle. An Oldham Athletic in the closing stage of this first half, putting pressure on QPR as the ball thrown into the penalty area. Murray, left foot strike, and Murray against his former club have given Oldham Athletic an unexpected lead. And just listen to the QPR supporters getting right behind their side. Really are an extra man as the ball goes forward towards the edge of the Oldham Athletic penalty area. It's in the box, and so too is Thorpe. He goes down inside the penalty area, and that's a penalty to Queen's Park Rangers. It was Thorpe who was pushed from behind by Dean Holden. Kevin Gallen waits for the referee's whistle. It's blown. Right foot strike, and that's the equaliser for QPR. Kevin Gallen on target, his 14th of the season. Queen's Park Rangers first of the afternoon.
With injuries to Chris Day and Nick Culkin, Rangers brought in Lee Camp on loan from Derby, and he produced this great save midway through the first half.
Moving around the houses a little bit. Now into the feet it goes of Gallen, slides it out wide to Furlong, breaks into the penalty area. Furlong shoots, Furlong scores! QPR have the lead, just 2.5 minutes into the second half, and his 9th goal of the season has given Paul Furlong something to celebrate, has given the travelling fans something to celebrate. A sweet move down the right-hand flank. Cloud now. Buccaneers into the Hartlepool half, still going. Furlong in advance, whips it in towards Paul Furlong. Furlong scrapes a shot, falls towards Gallen. It's 2-0. Queen's Park Rangers with 2 goals in the space of 4 minutes have turned the game right and truly in their favour. A cloud surge, cross which Furlong scraped towards Gallen, and Kevin Gallen makes it 15 for the season.
Paul Furlong then made it look ever so easy to put Rangers 3-0 up. Before Rowlands blasted home the 4th.
Clipped into the feet instead of Gallen. Gallen shot save. Rowlands to make it 4-0 Queen's Park Rangers, and it's turning into a rout in the sunny northeast for QPR. The celebration starts as Rowlands gets his 9th of the season. The players pile on top of him, and QPR, as they did at the start of this half, 2 goals in 3 minutes then. It's 2 goals in 3 minutes now.
Hartlepool did pour a goal back late on, despite the best efforts of Lee Camp, who made 2 great saves. All in all, a great day in the North East.
Can Rangers get a goal? Good cross. Clark Carlisle has scored! Excellent header by Clark Carlisle. We were just saying he hasn't scored this season. And there he goes. Great ball in by Kevin Gallen. Clark Carlisle rose and powered it back into the back of the net. Well, the gantry is shaking. Certainly got a few people excited. Well done by Paul Furlong, plays into Ken McLeod, and Ken McLeod is on here, on his left foot, drives it in low, it's Ken McLeod! Drives it in, 2-0 to Rangers. It all come about from Paul Furlong, fantastic ball out.
Well, everybody wanted me to let Gino take all of them, and he'd do well with a broken foot, wouldn't he? So what we've had to do is have a look at it, and again, all you do is you're spinning plates and juggling balls. That's all you are as a manager, and you're hoping that people are going to come back when you've lost some, because you always get injuries. You normally got 25% of your squad out, and what we've worked hard at is bringing players in, because we haven't had a big squad all season. We've worked our socks off to, as a staff, to actually bring in people that can help us. And what you've got to remember, we've got to bring in people who can help us win the league this year. You know, that's what we're after, and that's what the expectation level is. You know, I don't know if Wrexham's is that, but you know, QPR's is, and you know, I've said all along, the people who pick up the baton of QPR got to be able to run with it.
The game at Wycombe saw Rangers unveil their new third strip for next season, but it was the win that made all the headlines. The blustery conditions made the game a farce, and Rangers battled back from 2-0 down to claim a valuable point. A point that looked all the more valuable when we found out that Bristol City had lost 2-0 at home to Oldham. Tony Adams' Wycombe Wanderers stormed into a 2-goal lead. Tyson burst down the left, and the ball fell to Matt Bloomfield, who slotted home. The bottom side then doubled the lead. Tyson again burst down the left, and this time it was Falconbridge who finished off. Rangers changed formation at half-time, and it immediately reaped dividends. Kevin Gallen scoring after a great ball from Tony Thorpe. Rangers, with the wind at their backs, equalised when Rowland's cross fooled everyone, and it was enough to earn the R's a point. Take up some defensive duties. Plays that high, Paul Furlong will have to get something on it, and it's... Oh, what a clearance by Clark Carlisle! Well, that was well, the other goal itself, fantastic. Referee, look at the linesman there to see if it actually indeed crossed the line, but that was an absolutely phenomenal clearance by Clark Carlisle. Kevin Gallen was playing on the left side of midfield, and it was his cross that led to Paul Furlong heading home at the far post. I've always known it was a school end, so I guess it'll stay that way anyway. Clark Carlisle misses his header and gets a shove in the back there by Forbes, it looked like. Shawomni scores. It looked as if Clark Carlisle got shoved in the back there, but he swung his boot and it's rolled into the net. Second place Rangers then faced third place Bristol City. Ian Holloway took his side to his hometown, knowing that victory would see Rangers 6 points clear with a game in hand and a better goal difference.
Peacock's there, and Roberts! Fine save by the goalkeeper, who's annoyed with the defenders in front of him. Tinian. Peacock, bit of space to work in. Can he pick out the right pass? Had the choice of Roberts or Murray, went for Murray right side. Decent ball in, Roberts is there! It's 1-0 to Bristol City. Christian Roberts provides the finish Scott Murray with the supply line, and how precious could that goal prove? Doherty hustling and harrying as usual, and then giving the ball away. This is Furlong, and now Thorpe, danger! Fantastic save by Phillips. Saved the day, quite literally, the goalkeeper there.
Bristol City's victory brought them level on points with Rangers, and 3 days later we faced our game in hand away at Tranmere. This comes with authentic Tranmere commentary, as if you couldn't guess.
Furlong battling. Oh, he gets inside Allen. He's going to have a go. Oh, it's still not clear. Ainsworth. It's off the line. Oh! Fantastic defending by Tranmere. To Laran. No offside flag. 1-on-1. Can Jones get there? Can he get there? Come on. Gotta be a penalty. Gotta be. No ifs and buts about it. What's he going to do with the player? 1-on-1. Last man, he's got to walk for that. Surely. That was absolutely dreadful. Absolutely awful. He's gone, and so he should. Get off. Go and have an early bath. Go warm yourself up. Come on, Douglas, come on. Yes! Get in! That'll do me! It had it written all over it. That'll do me. He's making him take it again. Is he having a laugh now? He's got to take it again. Why? What was up the first one? That's someone straight into the penalty box, I don't know. It's going to be retaken. Oh, I've never seen this happen before. Why on earth? Come on, Eugene, don't miss this one. Oh, yes! I don't believe it! How did I know I could see that written all over it? It's still 0-0 though. Perfectly good penalty there by you. All the managers have sent to the stand. It's all happening here tonight. This referee's on a mission.
Hard fought point, you know, one of the hardest points I've ever done in my career. That is away Tuesday night. Tranmere, 10 men, 2 penalties, bookings galore. Referee, don't want to say too much about that, but you know, great to get the point. That could be the point at the end of the year, who knows.
And then we're going with 2 games on Easter weekend, home at Grimsby, away at Barnsley. Good chance to get our noses in front, is it, with Bristol City with 2 tough games?
Yeah, people have asked me about this, and Bristol playing Swindon and Plymouth, we're playing Barnsley and Grimsby. I don't think there's much in them games, you know. Grimsby are fighting for their lives down there. I know, I've been there before, I know what they're going to be like. You know, Swindon might be out with the playoffs, you know, you never know, and we're playing a team that's fighting for their lives, so there's not going to be easy games now. It's going to be, every game is going to be like playing Plymouth every week, you know. It's going to be tough, it's going to be it's going to go to the wire, you know, and I'm praying to God that we'll do it, you know. Rock and roll, let's go for it. I'm really, really up for this now, and just what we've done this season, the amount we've been through as a club, and the amount we've worked hard, we do deserve it, and I'm praying to God that we can do it.
Big Nook plays that. Ainsworth could rise, and Fettis drops it, and it's there! Paul Furlong has put Rangers 1-0 up. Well, Alan Fettis dropped the ball. Grimsby Town players aren't too happy about that, but Paul Furlong didn't care and he drove it in. Puts it back into the danger area, straight to Grimsby down the defender. Richard Edgehill comes away with the ball, plays it out to Kevin Gallen. McLeod wants it to spin in front of him, it doesn't. Kevin McLeod plays it in left footed across the face of the goal, and well, Naheri, well, there's a good chance there, falls to Mark Birchall. Is he going to drive it? Plays it in, Mark Birchall!
has surely made the point safe for Rangers. Well, the shirt's not coming off, or it hasn't as yet anyway. Arthur the Hairy should have really have put Rangers 2-0 up. It felt to like Bertram, and with a nice measured volley, put the Super Hoops 2-0 up. There's Kevin McLeod back to Steve Palmer. It takes a deflection. Marcus Biddle rises well, wins the header. Back to Steve Palmer. Steve Palmer heads that down. Goes past Jeremy Kuhn. There's Paul Furlong, right-footed. 3-0! Paul Furlong. Well, he took that with real aplomb.
Mark Bertram, good 3 points today, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good 3 points, and it was a good second half, really. We're going to get games like that. The games at home will be like that, especially with Grimsby, teams down the bottom. They come first half, weren't really looking to attack, and they was just really waiting to see if they can hold out for the draw. And we got the goal early, late on in the first half, and then second half we come out, settled down a bit, and we've done all right.
What does it feel like when you're out there? Because it was 1-0 for a long time, and I had kind of a funny feeling in my start most of the game. What does it feel like when you're out there?
I don't really feel it. I felt it last week at Bristol City. I was really nervous behind the dugout, and then I sat there, and it reminded me what it was like to be in the stands, be a fan again. Because I get so much more nervous when I don't play. Don't really suffer from nerves, luckily, as a player. But when you're not playing and you're in the stands, it must be terrible. Like last year, it must have been terrible for the fans, and this year it must be just the same. I know what they're going through.
Well, they don't come much more dramatic than this. Craig Ireland put the home side 1-0 up on 22 minutes. Good pressure by Paul Furlong led to the equaliser. He didn't give up on a lost cause and managed to keep the ball in play. The ball seemed an easy take for the tight sub-goalkeeper, but a mix-up led to the ball spinning towards the line. The linesman flagged for a goal, 1-1. Was it over the line? Yeah, miles over. Rangers went into the lead on 74 minutes, the ball falling to Paul Furlong, who stabbed home from close range, and that's how it stayed until 85 minutes. Rangers looked to be heading to victory when Barnsley beat the offside trap and equalised. Things got even worse on 89 minutes when David Murphy curled home a free kick. Rangers, who were 5 minutes from victory, now found themselves trailing. But Rangers weren't finished. With the ball played into the box, Paul Furlong was able to turn his shot in off the post, cue wild celebrations and a valuable point.
He's coming very young, very confident, good prospect.
Okay, Martin Rowlands, Beckman's too much suspension. Left-hand side, one player to beat, cuts inside, Rose scores! A great goal from Martin Rowlands, and it's Queen's Park Rangers 1, Stockport County 0. 2 minutes on the clock, Rowlands cut inside from the left flank, left fly, 15 yards out, near post. What a goal from Martin Rowlands. Shoots, cleared off the line! And it's there now, and Stockport have scored. And it's Robert Clare who's put it in.
After the disappointing draw against Stockport, Rangers travelled to league leaders Plymouth, knowing that victory for the Pilgrims would see them crowned as champions.
Take it. Curl it in deep. Cormac Cohn didn't come for it, get to it, and well, that was a glorious chance, really. Fell for Martin Rowlands. One for Gallen to chase in towards Furlong. Coughlin did just enough. Capaldi. Rio not getting his foot on the ball. Desperately trying to make amends now. Ainsworth. Oh, he's got away from Al Joffrey this time, Ainsworth. Oh, so close to an own goal. Paul Connolly it was. Oh, Gareth Ainsworth can hardly believe it. Did all the hard work, skipped away from Hasni Al Joffrey, got in a decent cross, and Connolly grateful to see it go wide. Connolly over the top for Norris. Did well to get the cross in towards Evans! There it is from Michael Evans! And will that be the goal that takes Plymouth Argyle to Division 1? Now Hodges once more. Norris and Freo both in there. It's fallen for David Freo. Chance here for Freo to make it 2. He has, and it's all over. David Freo has put Argyle into the First Division. And there it is, the final whistle. Plymouth Argyle are promoted. And we are the champions. Strike up.
And thank you for the generous applause from the QPR fans.
If Rangers could win their last 2 games, they will be promoted. Could they do it? First up was Swindon Town, who knew that if they could beat Rangers, they'll be just 2 points behind them with 1 game left to play.
What we've got to do is put the disappointment of last Saturday behind us and get a win. I don't want anybody getting distracted. What we've got to do is do the job we've been doing all season and win at home.
Obviously it was a blow losing at Plymouth, but in a way, seeing the celebrations at the end, do you think it might fire the players up? Because in the last year we've seen Crewe get promoted in front of us, Cardiff now Plymouth, and it hopefully give us a little taster.
Yeah, well, you couldn't fire the players up anymore, Bill. You know, the fact is, I believe you're here to experience things, and that was an horrendity. To come so close to hit the post and roll his chance in the 3rd minute of the second half. It was I nearly said a Nats. It was really, really close. It could have gone either way. I spoke to their manager this week, and he felt it could have easily gone our way. And what we've got to do is pick ourselves up and be really, really professional. What we can't do is afford to think about anything else. We've got Swindon in our way, and we've got to beat them.
And the ball's gone out. Gallen under a bit of pressure, turns inside. Can he get a cross in? He can get a cross in. Furlong with a header. It's forward to Rollins. Real chance. 1-0 Rangers. 1 minute on the clock, and Rangers take the lead. What a start for QPR. Could Martin Rollins have sealed Super Hoop destiny for 2004?
After the grandstand opening, Rangers continued to press. First Gallen and then Rowlands going close. And with it being the last game of the season, the players did their traditional lap of honour.
It's been a great season. It will get better at Sheffield Wednesday, but for now, I want to say thank you to you for your support. Will you please welcome Rangers!
Bristol City's 1-0 win at Barnsley 24 hours later left them just 1 point behind Rangers with 1 game to play.
This precise moment in time, we have got a definite thing to do, which is beat Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough, and that is it. If we can do that, then we are in the First Division, and that's what those lads know. They know they've earned that right, and you know, the way they're feeling at the moment, they want to do that. They want to do that.
So 1 down, 1 to go. Rangers travelled to Hillsborough knowing that victory would clinch them promotion. There were over 7,500 Rangers fans at Hillsborough and over 5,000 at Loftus Road for the beanbag to see if Rangers could go and get themselves promoted.
And all we need to do today is make sure we're focused on one thing only. It's not a party, it's not a celebration. We got to go there to do a job, and you have done for the last 18 months, and win a game. When we went out in the last game just like this, I'll tell you what we did. We knew that every one of us was fucking ready. We knew that if we were behind it wouldn't fucking matter. We knew we would come back. We've done it 6 games in a row. We stayed calm, we stayed calculated, and we trusted each other till the cows come in.
Gallen near post, receives it. He's going to flick it over his shoulder. He's got Ainsworth making a run towards the byline. Here comes Ainsworth. Crossfield ball. It's just bobbled into the path of Gallen. And it's been scored by Queen's Park Rangers. And Kevin Gallen, who said earlier this week he wants to score the goal that sends them up 10 minutes before half-time, has given them the chance. Gallen from 6 yards, his 17th of the season. The fans are in 7th heaven. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Queen's Park Rangers 1. Is that glory for him? Here's Kevin Gallen, scored the only goal of the game so far. Rolls it out wide to Bircham, cross in from him, flicks in the air. Pearl Furlong takes on the chest. Furlong shot! Furlong scores for Queen's Park Rangers in the 2nd minute of the second half. And Kevin Gallen did it in the first half. Furlong, who has been a magnificent centre forward for the last 18 months, has done it at the start of the second. A great turn, a great shot. Pressman beaten. The First Division gets ever so close now for QPR. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Queen's Park Rangers 2, and it's the dynamic duo who've done it so far. Gallen and Furlong, bang, bang.
Things got a bit nervy when Shaw pulled a goal back, but Rangers endured the following storm before sealing the win and promotion. Chris Carr became the new Jamie Pollock, deflecting home Martin Rowland's cross.
Run, crosses in, it's been turned in by Chris Carr, and Chris Carr scored an own goal for Sheffield Wednesday. It doesn't matter how they go in, the 2-goal advantage has been restored. Rowland's player of the season, his cross, and ball-headed Chris Carr has turned it past his goalkeeper Kevin Pressman. Well, it's a bit of red face and red top for Chris Carr. QPR back in front by 2 goals. Sheffield Wednesday 1, QPR 3. They don't care how they come down the left-hand side of me, as long as they come.
How does it feel to be a Division 1 club?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's the best day in my life.
Best day of your life?
Yeah, and thank you very much for all QPR fans because they are great, and the QPR and the Lost Roads as well. And I would like to say thank you very much to my family in Argentina, my mom, my dad, and all the sisters, and to my girlfriend. She's very important in my life. And te amo, Sio. I love you, my girlfriend.
I can't describe it. 14 years in the game, I was nearly in tears there, and I've never ever had a feeling like that. This club is taking me to the heights. I've done the same to them because they're fantastic fans. The gaffer, I'm so pleased he brought me here. I ran till I dropped today, knowing that there's 10 other lads out there who will run till they drop for me, and that's what this club's all about. And we're going to go to that division next year. We're going to get a right good go and see where we go. Wigan, Cardiff, Crewe have all survived this year. Wigan have pushed. He says we can't do that. We're a good team. We've got some great players here. And the fans are fantastic. This club deserves bigger, and we're going to give it bigger.
What does it feel like, just in front of the fans? It's amazing.
It's unbelievable. I'm buzzing, man. It's the biggest gig I've ever played, and I love it. And I love those people out there, and I've done it for every one of them. And for that guy over there, you know, he's top man.
How does that feel?
Great day. Great day. Come on, Oli. Say hola. Hola.
Sorry to keep you all waiting. And a little celebration to do. It's just a tremendous feeling, you know. We've had such hardship ever since I took over, really. You know, the place had to be sorted out, and everybody's worked so hard to come from sort of 7 fit players who were probably first team standard with no goalies at all. Carlisle and Langley long-term injured with no definite future whether they were going to come back or not, and you know, we've actually put things together, and everybody's played their part. And I have to say, I'd love to change our name if I could. We actually became Queen's Park Rangers United, from the board down to the fans. You know, told them today there was people, QPR fans at our hotel, and I wanted them to be part of the team talk. I didn't talk about Sheffield Wednesday, I just talked about us, and I wanted them to tell our lads how proud they would be even if we didn't do it today, and how proud they should be, because these boys have worked their socks off. There's people there that I can't tell you what this means to them, you know, and I'm so proud of them. They're going to go down in QPR folklore, and some of them really deserve to, in fact all of them. But you know, it's what you do next that counts, and we've got to move forward and do well. No one wants to go to the first division and struggle, so we've got to do like the other teams that went up this year and move forward, and the club's in a fantastic state to be able to do that now.
It's a fantastic scenes at Hillsborough, and to celebrate QPR's achievement there was an open top bus tour through Shepherd's Bush up towards Hammersmith Town Hall. A fantastic turnout by the Rangers fans made it a night to remember. Give us a wave. What have you got your hair like? Ollie, give us a wave.
Hey, Bill, get in there. How do yours get on, son?
Huh? Yours are going up, Ollie, ain't you heard? Keto making his film.
Solito! Solito!
What do you think of the reception?
Oh, it's just fantastic.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Absolutely unreal. Never so many smiles with QPR shirts on in my life, have you?
me say, on behalf of the players, the staff, the board, everybody who works at the club, I can't thank you enough for your fantastic support. I know we brought you from some hellish times where we didn't win when you wanted us to win, and you dropped from the Premier League down to the second division. It was not very pleasant. But having climbed out of that horrible division, this club is moving forward and is down.
It's put some spirit back into the club. I think that's been shown by what I'm looking at this evening.
I just want to thank every single one of you for your support. If you haven't got a season ticket yet, make sure you bloody get one. Because the more money you pay us, the more money I can spend on these wonderful people behind me. I'd just like to thank every single one of them for their efforts. It's been 2 seasons really. We've been so consistent for 2 seasons, this lot deserve it. On behalf of me and of the team, I want to thank you for your wonderful support. And we'll see you again next year.
What am I saying? The odds are going up. The odds are going up. And now you're going to believe us. Now you're going to believe us. Now you're going to believe us. The odds are going up. The odds are going up. The odds are going up. Rock and roll! Hey! That's all we want for them to say. Let's rock and roll!
Ollie.
Yes, Bill.
Right.
Yes, Bill.
Ollie, it's a big game.
Bill. I never pitch it, do I? I'm doing it today. Come on.
No, it's alright. You're going to tell Bristol City with a black eye. Right, Ollie. Bristol City on Saturday. It's a
Who?
Bristol City.
For a good 6 to 8 weeks as well.
You know, like in them films where you can see a bit of the mic.
That's the man, that's the boss.
Cut that down. Little wind up there.
Imitate.
Obviously, if anybody knows any decent physios, please get in touch. QPR, Loftus Road, Shepherd's Bush.
Been pretty effort. Has it been pretty effort? Has it been easy to fit back in with that?
Chris, that was a big 3 points, wasn't it, after only picking up 1 point in the last 6 games?
Yeah, it was.
Start again, sorry.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Well, 6 games, I was going to say.
I know.
Oh dear.
Start again. Right, take 2. Chris, that was...